Today's a different episode, and I will get to it right after I say the intro. We'll try that again. And we're live! So, to myself and anybody else watching this in the future, this is the first time I've ever started completely by myself. And basically what I'm getting out of this is this is one way to pass the time and curb my boredom. So maybe it'd be nice to get some alone time talking for a little bit. The intended format that I tell people is that usually we start, we try to go for at least 30 minutes. And then usually I'd check up on people and say, hey, you want to go longer? And then a lot of the times they say, sure. Most of the time, actually. Almost every time. But these past few, I didn't bother asking because there's just so many things that needed to be said in previous episodes. So I didn't bother asking whether to extend the time. Already, I'm still brainstorming of topics to say, and we're only less than 2 minutes into this episode. At least I started on time. That's the very least I can do. There's this thing in the community where people operate what they like to call Indo time, where they show up maybe an hour or two after the intended schedule, and growing up in a family that doesn't operate on Indo time, I naturally don't like Indo time. Especially my father, he likes to be on time for a lot of things, and that kind of in that way that kind of that mindset made its way to myself, and I agree. I don't want to operate on Indo time most of the time. I think it's wildly inefficient and causes a lot of trouble for people that like to be on schedule. And it's just something I don't want to do. Monte Gagro movement. I like the alliteration you put in there. I don't know what that is. That sounds familiar though. I don't know what that is though. It's a similar word to Spanish translation of Black Mountain. Yeah. I don't know what that I don't know what that is. Well, yeah, Indo time. I'm glad that I started on time, and I'll try not to delay it in the future. Yeah, this is almost like meditation to me. For the 30 seconds or so, For the 30 seconds or so, I tried meditating the other day. It unlocked, I think meditation is intended to unlock repressed memories. So when I stood in my chair like this the other day, just trying to meditate and focus on my breathing. You know, let's do it right now. What repressed memories will I unlock just breathing in my chair for a minute? I just thought of one. I remember way back when I think this was the first and only time I've ever had surgery in my life. I got my tonsils removed when I was maybe 5 or 6 years old, and I don't remember much from that time. But you know, my parents told me that I got my tonsils removed because I used to get sick a lot, and somehow removing my tonsils would curb that or cure that or something. I don't know. All I'm saying is I don't know what life is like with tonsils. growing up. That was what, 14 years ago. Yeah,
Wow.
it was just something. It's just that memory you unlock just by thinking to yourself.
Yep.
I miss so many of those every day. It's like Jay-Z when Jay-Z is known to not write down a lot of his lyrics, and he addressed this somewhere. But Jay-Z is known to when he I think he was when he was hustling drugs when he was younger, he would come up with a lot of lyrics in his head. But unfortunately, he misses a lot of those lyrics that don't eventually make it to the pen and pad. And
Yep.
and then I think about how many memories I miss just thinking to myself, and I'm not able to capture it on video like this. So that's what breathing gets you, and that's what meditation gets you, I guess. What is meditation to you? Do you meditate?
Sometimes, not often.
What do you think about when you meditate?
I don't think about anything. I just have a clear thought. For me to actually focus and meditate, I just think of a white wall.
Of a white
And that's it.
wall.
Yeah. So I don't, because like, if I just regularly meditate, so let's say I just sit down, close my eyes and meditate, I get distracted. And so in order for me to actually meditate, I have to think of like a clear blank canvas and just have like and just like clear my stress and my anxiety away. And I just sit there for like 5 minutes.
That's interesting. Do
Yeah.
you does I mean inevitably I'm sure maybe I don't know, when you focus on that white wall in your mind at least, not necessarily in person, does inevitably
Yeah.
somehow I'm sure different memories kind of slip into that thing you're focusing on, even though you're so focused on that white wall, sometimes things tend to creep in while you're
I
trying to
think
focus.
yeah, I think sometimes I get like random thoughts, random like moments that's occurred in my life. Just like really random things like I don't know, like every time I see Sarah's dog or like maybe me sitting at the bench at in downtown Portsmouth on my breaks. I don't know. It
Mm.
could be literally any like small thought, nothing big. It just like it's random ones.
See, I
I'm gonna install Among Us. My God,
Among Us. Where did that game go?
down the drain.
It's just, excuse me. When the game got stale for me because there wasn't that much innovation involved in the game.
No, I just
You
can't
know,
lie.
me neither. Me neither. And
And I
yeah,
don't know. I also like when the game was like at its peak. I remember I don't know why I just never wanted to play with like Darren or Adrian
because he's
because
so
like they're just so sweaty at that game. They'd make clips, you know.
it is.
They have strats. I don't know. It's
Yeah,
to me, Among Us is just like a casual, like fun game. I don't see myself like taking it so seriously.
it's a party game. I'm sure it's
Yeah,
a party game,
exactly.
but I mean,
Yeah, I mean it's fun sometimes,
it's weird
but
to
like
play at a party.
yeah. Anyways, besides that,
No, but it is kind of categorized rather as a social deduction game. And that
like,
game kind of shows uh, two weaknesses that have been exposed to me through that game. One, I'm a terrible liar, and two,
yeah,
I'm very inattentive. I People ask me all these questions, be like, "Oh yeah, did you see them?" And I'm like, "No, I'm doing my tasks. I don't pay attention to anything except getting my tasks done." Because that's where the trophy hunter in me comes into play when I play Among Us. It's just back and forth tasks and nothing else. That's what a ton of playing by myself gets me. I just do my tasks and so be it, and I'm done. Um, so that cycle was short lived. I think the last time I played a serious game of Among Us was in January of 2021, and
Jesus.
even then, I was like, ugh, I mean, sure, I'll show up, I'll be there. Dude, that time I played Among Us, I was playing Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories at the same time. I was just here, just with my controller, just playing, and then I had my iPad in front of me, just moving every now and then while I try to level up Riku, and
Mhm.
that's what the game had been up to that point. It's just a little bit of a time killer. I was like, okay, I know what's gonna happen. You already know I'm inattentive, so I'm just gonna capitalize on that today. Um, and that was the last distinct memory I had of Among Us. They tried. You know what? You know what's funny?
Well,
The inner sloth themselves. So you know how there was a little bit of the big massive update a few months ago, trying to bring the player base back with the new map and whatever. Do you remember that?
mm, yeah,
So they try to bring it back a player base with the airship. I remember that map existed, and then they put a bunch of skins in the game and whatever. And I
yeah.
think in the somewhere around that time, I completely I'm totally ignorant to Among Us, but for what reason should I be? But I think in the PlayStation reveal trailer, they openly admitted to Among Us being a cash grab and kind of
Mm,
what's it called, succumbing to capitalism. And I just found it funny that a developer is so open about their business tactics
yeah.
to do that. Um, does does Valve um, openly well, first off, the developers of CS are Counter Strike are Valve, right?
Correct.
So does Valve ever openly address sort of the I guess gambling that takes place in I
Well,
don't know.
I, I mean, they have. I mean, there's been like scandals of involving gambling, but Valve, I don't know. Gambling is just its own separate thing. Like they don't CS like the creators. They don't necessarily condone it, but that's its own separate like world. So like CS is the developers have never really like touched upon it. Like you can't ban gambling in CS because there's no like gambling system in CS. It's like its own like third party system. So I mean,
Okay.
it's I don't know. You just you can't really touch upon that whole thing.
So I've heard I haven't gone into this website either, by the way, but I've heard of CS:GO Lotto. That a totally separate entity that
Yeah,
the vet. Okay.
that no associate. Every gambling site, every CS:GO gambling site is never associated with Valve.
Okay.
Never. It's its own separate third party thing. They have like trading bots where like they can where if you like win prizes or you get skins, then they have that. But other than that, like no association at all.
Okay, that makes sense now. When I think about it. Um, I'm just curious as to so CS puts a price on. So wait, so was the so there's this whole culture around selling and buying skins
Mm-hmm.
of a kind of a market in CS. Was that in the game from the beginning?
At first, no, but I don't know when exactly, but later on they developed skins.
So they develop skins later
Oh,
on.
actually, speaking of skins, there's this hold up. There's this sorry, hold on.
No, that's okay.
I wanna
I'm curious.
so there's this CS:GO collector whose inventory was hacked. And the estimated value of his inventory for CS:GO skins was $2 million plus. $2 million worth of skins, and it's been hacked. And now everything has mostly like everything has been like stolen or traded away, sold away. Now, and he just lost all of his collectibles. And it's so crazy too, thinking how like this could happen to someone.
Yeah, there's so many variables that go into that. Um, I, how is there? Did they? Does whatever you're looking at give any detail as to how he was hacked?
No,
Because
I don't have any info on that.
that's I thought I thought Steam or something would make their. I don't know how something like that. What's the how much? Do you know how much they spent on their collection?
No, I don't have anything. I don't have any like numbers
Okay.
with what you're asking for, but it just says that like this guy lost all his skins, and he's a bunch of insanely crazy like value skins too,
Yeah, that's interesting.
and
Huh.
it's terrible too because like shit like that's someone's collection, like someone's like hobby.
Yeah. It's I don't know. I feel like CS:GO skins are an early kind of adaptation of NFTs in a way.
Sort of, in a way.
It's like the I don't know, the
It's like I mean they're just like stocks really.
yeah, well, NFTs is a pretty new thing. Feels
That's
like a
kind of how
pandemic. What
that's
do you
kind
say?
of how I learned stocks because of CS:GO skins.
Just fluctuating prices and
Uh-huh.
whatever, and
And
knowing
like the
when
value,
to buy and
it's market
sell.
value exactly.
Yeah, that's weird. I don't know what inspired NFTs, but I feel like that might have been just a little bit of a
Oh,
precursor.
so yeah, so his account was it was hacked by this hacker. He basically changed his email and password,
And then he was able to access it.
and then he accessed it, and then boom, he all his skins were gone. That's
What?
tough.
I don't know how that happens.
Not only that, but like you need to go through a huge like a pretty long process when you're changing your all that stuff because you have to use like Steam Authenticator as well, and that has. Do you know what that is?
Um, not no.
It's
If
like
I'm being
two-step verification where like if
okay,
you know what I mean, like you have when you sign in on like a new account, they need to ask you for verification. Like let's say your number or like your phone number, your email, etc.
okay.
And then send you a code as well. That's so weird. How is he able to do that?
That's what I'm saying. That's
Because
a security feature, right?
yeah, because Steam.
Meant to stop hacking and
I mean,
whatever.
I've actually been hacked before.
Oh,
Sucked
when?
last year.
And then what happened?
I mean, I had like so many cases that dated from like 2016.
Uh huh.
And at the time, I never had money to open them, so I just kept it in my inventory. And so I wanted to open them when I had the money to just, open it. Now it's all gone. Or it was not, back then it was all gone. And I think, I don't know, whoever got into my account, he also like sold away a few of my skins that I had for years too, that I wanted to keep, but he got taken away.
That's tough.
But then after that, I got new skins, and so they're a lot better than what I had before.
Huh. Okay.
But those guys were memories, though. I
Sure. Yeah.
had a good time using those skins and matchmaking and face it.
It's like,
But yeah,
yeah, it's like someone. So I've had my PlayStation account for more than 10 years now. It's like someone
yeah,
hacking my account and deleting all of my platinum trophies. I'm sure I and you know, I it's just a virtual image, but to me it's just years of setting goals for myself only for them to be removed in an instant. The reason I trophy hunt is it's a good way to kill time but also build up to something. And then
true.
just to get all of that basically memories wiped away from my system and start from scratch. I mean, I don't know. This is trophy hunting is all I know in terms of gaming right now. And you know, if it happened tomorrow, then who knows? Who knows what would happen if my trophies are deleted tomorrow? But knock on wood, 10 years have passed and nothing happened.
Yeah,
There was actually a breach, a little bit of a security breach back in 2008 for the PlayStation Network. Something I don't remember the details exactly, but there was this whole controversy about the whole PlayStation Network being hacked and then tons of data being leaked or something. This was in 2008, and then I think the server was I think all of PlayStation was down for maybe I think 2 months, if I'm not
yeah,
mistaken. And then once the servers were back up, um, they gave everybody free games as a welcome back gift. Um, that's the only instance of hacking that I know of, or a security breach in the PlayStation. And I got my account 3 years after that happened, so that's a good sign. I would have been what, 5? Imagine if I got a PS3 when I was 5. No, I did have a PS3. I had a PlayStation when I was 5, but it didn't have PlayStation Network. It was a PS2. I don't know. I can only imagine. It's just
yeah,
you put value into what you want.
yeah,
People get meaning in different ways. You put meaning into your skins, which are intrinsically are kind of like virtual memories to you, just kind of embodied in a skin. And then for me, it's trophies. So I don't want
yeah,
to take away from your experience with skins, and at the same time, I'm not easily discouraged from trophy hunting, and trust me, there have been a lot of doubters throughout my career that ask me why I'm a trophy hunter. Um, but that's life. We bring
uh,
meaning to our life in different ways.
that's games. Speaking of games, I bought the fourth and fifth game of Devil May Cry.
No, did you know?
Yeah, cause like I don't know, they're on sale, so I was like, you know what, I might as well just complete the whole thing, and then play once I'm finished with one, two, three, and move on to the fourth one,
Mm-hmm.
and then after the fourth one to the fifth one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm invested. It's a fun game.
Have you finished the first one yet?
No, not yet. I'm still playing it. I just never had I didn't have the chance to play.
Hmm.
I want to, but
Do you
I'm just
like
so
it?
tired of. Yeah, I do. Once I start playing like the fourth and fifth, then it's gonna be the experience will be a lot better.
Hmm. Have you looked into DMC Devil May Cry at all?
Yeah, I saw that on the Steam market.
But it's probably full price right now or something. I bet
DMC Devil May Cry, it's $8.
it's $8. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you might
What's
be
what's
interested.
what is this? Is Dante's origin story?
I honestly I don't know. It feels like some Kingdom Hearts type stuff when we get into that.
That's like what? Birth by Sleep type shit?
I don't know, just some different. I've heard and read that it's a different Dante than the one in the series 1 through
What?
5. I don't know honestly. Maybe it could
A
be his
rock
origin
sister
story.
Sora?
I don't know, man. It might be some different type of stuff with that game. Um,
Main
how?
character is Dante,
Yeah.
a young drifter who secretly hunts demons who live among and rule over humans. Dante is a Nephilim, child of an angel and a demon. What?
I don't know. I think the PSN attack was in 2011, says Genesis. Okay. Well, fortunately, my account was made literally in the last month of 2011.
Yeah.
I got it for Christmas. I got my PS3 for Christmas. We set up everything after that. So no issues for that. But yeah.
You know, I've been wanting to get a PS5,
Yeah?
but I changed my mind.
You
I want
changed
to
your
get
mind?
because I wanted to play Spider-Man on the PS5
Uh-huh.
and the Miles Morales game,
Yeah.
but turns out they're coming to Steam.
Indeed.
So I'm
Yes.
like, okay, I might as well just like buy it on Steam at this point.
Yeah.
When it comes out because Marvel Spider-Man is coming out in August,
Mm. Yeah.
and Miles Morales is coming in September. So instead, I'm just gonna save up for a new PC.
Okay. That's cool. That's cool. I'm just this is the what is it? I want to say, well, this is not the first time that a Sony exclusive, well, something that's marketed as a Sony exclusive, excuse me, at least, has come to PC.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Um,
it. It's pretty cool.
but again, they pride themselves on Sony exclusives only for maybe it's a good business decision. I have no idea, but there's some backlash. I think when I think it was God of War.
God of War is on Steam now.
Yeah, it's on Steam now. Was it? No, it was a PlayStation exclusive back in 2018 and whatever, and then it came to Steam, and it just caused a little bit of outrage as to why. I mean, I personally don't mind it. I think it's a cool decision. I just don't know why they would pride themselves on as a first party exclusive. If it's gonna move to a different party instead. But cool. Yeah, you have the opportunity to play Spider-Man. You kind of
I don't know. What?
saved what? You kind of saved yourself $400-$500
Lots of money, that's for sure.
trying to play otherwise. Was that the only reason you wanted to get a PS5?
Uh, I also wanted the next gen console,
Oh, okay.
but I don't know. I
I
wanted
mean,
to see what I could play on the PS5, but I don't know. I guess I changed my mind now. Unless like I don't know, maybe if like I have more money in the future
okay.
and I really wanted to buy a PS5, might as well. Why not?
Well, it's a very powerful machine. You mentioned next gen console. Um, I mean, I would
Oh,
I would wager that um say something like the RTX 30 series. I think that might be a next gen console in and of itself because
yeah.
uh the benchmark for the PS5 is comparable to that of a 3060 or a 3070.
Yeah.
And when comparing that, maybe you could argue that a lot of our friends have a next gen console themselves, even if they don't have a PS5. We know people with a 3060, 3070, etc., 3080.
Mm-hmm.
So they're pretty much living with a next gen console, but it's weird. It's so doesn't the 3090 or something go in excess of $1,000?
It goes stupid high. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like around that number.
That's kind of the reason why I've been faithful to PlayStation in
Yeah.
recent years, because I have a 1050 Ti and an i7 8700, and I was like, you know what, this runs games. A 1050 and an i7 8700, it's fine. It runs games. But
Mm-hmm.
then I look at games today, and um, the kind of the standard for gaming graphics wise is way higher now. And then I think at some point this will no longer run, say a game like what's an Unreal Engine 5 game? I
I
don't
don't know.
know. But let's say an Unreal Engine 5 game. I think that this game will no longer run in. Say an Unreal Engine 5 game needs to run at minimum a 30 series, an RTX 30 series. When those
Yep.
cost what? Five
500, 400 plus, 300
400
plus,
plus. Um,
350 plus, at least.
yeah. So let's see. What's the? I'm just gonna do a quick Google search on what the average price of a. Maybe we can look at this too. What the average price of a.
Why shit.
Average price of 3070. That's the closest benchmark to the. Okay. All right. $399.99. That's not bad. You know what? Maybe I should ask this. What's the process? I'm sure upgrading your GPU is way harder than just, taking it out and putting a different one in, right? Or is it that simple?
Yeah, because you gotta make sure it doesn't bottleneck everything in your PC.
What
Make sure it's
about?
all, make sure it's all everything's compatible with each other,
Yeah.
Like you don't want one thing that's really shit and you know what I mean? Like it has to all like balance each other.
Well, I mean, if you want to upgrade your GPU, is there a more lengthy process to actually taking out the old GPU and putting in a new one, and then everything just magically puts itself into
No, I
place?
think you can just like pop it in there really.
That's
If
it?
you have good parts, yeah.
It's that simple. Huh.
Yeah, and that's like I mean like if it's compatible with your motherboard and all that stuff, then yes.
Okay.
But if not, then you gotta do some research and maybe even like upgrade your PC or something. I don't know. I kind of lost my touch on like PC building
Okay.
like I did before. I mean, originally I wanted to when I told you that I wanted to save up for a new computer, I wanted to just like customize it online and have it sent over to me
Okay.
instead of building one because like I don't know, I just don't have the time.
Okay.
I just want to get it now.
Sure. Well, now that I think about it, now that we're having this conversation, um, I don't think it's completely unrealistic to upgrade to a higher GPU because I use that as an argument point when when getting a new console. They'd be like, "Oh yeah, if you're playing video games to play video games, why do you still have a PS5?" And I tell them, "Oh well, maybe it's more expensive to upgrade your GPU." Wait, now I think about it, you kind of have to upgrade your GPU and CPU in tandem, right?
I have to upgrade everything.
Yeah. Okay, now that I
I
think
have to
about
upgrade
it,
everything. So I'm basically getting a whole new spanking computer.
for what? If you want high end specs, at least
If I want like
$1,000.
if I want like a 3060, I might have to spend like over 1.5K.
You know what? Now that I think about it, I completely dismiss the fact that you have to upgrade everything together. So console still wins for me personally.
Yeah,
If I want to play
it
AAA,
goes either or really. Like, I don't. I mean, I don't know. I want both, but
sure.
I need money.
But I tell people, at least I want to tell people. I don't know if I've talked to people about this already, but I tell people if you're playing video games, to play video games, get a PC.
Yep.
It's not even the fact that it's maybe more powerful than say a PS4 or an Xbox One. It's a computer. You can do so much more than play video games with it.
Yep.
The only reason why I restrict myself to a console, or why I restrict myself to a console, is because I'm a trophy hunter. I love hunting for achievements. I love setting goals for myself. But
Mm-hmm.
that's one of two defining factors as to why I keep a console. So I'm gonna, for now on, I'm gonna tell people, if you play video games just to play video games, get a PC. It'll be way worth it in the long run.
Mm-hmm.
I had this for 3 years now, and it still still runs everything that I need to. This is so important for me.
Yeah. I guess for me, I just want. Well, I know that I'm going to be using my computer for work as well,
Yeah?
and for school. So
Yes.
I think it's time for an upgrade as well, because I've noticed some lag. So I might just like give this to Kenneth,
Okay.
and then I'll just have like a new PC with better parts and all that stuff.
That's cool. I like that. But, but of course, you know, as the core with everything in life, it comes down to personal preference. If you want to play on a console, play on a console. If you want to play on
Oh, I
PC, play on
agree.
PC. But if you're stuck between console and PC, unless you're a trophy hunter, go for a PC. Undoubtedly. That's my stamp of approval. Please go for a
Yeah.
PC if you're stuck between console and PC. It's just,
Yeah.
I admit, you know, I've had my PlayStation account way longer than I've had a PC, and I can tell you for sure a PC has way more benefits than it does way more pros than it does have cons. So, final verdict, if you're stuck, go to PC. That's it. So many people have switched over the pandemic because, you know, actually, no, that's curious. Why did so many people switch over the pandemic?
I
Did
don't
they
know. It
just,
just kind of happened.
maybe they just got bored and then they realized how versatile a PC could be, so then they made the switch. And that's an admirable switch.
Yeah.
You'd be miserable if you're just playing with just a console all the time, and you know, especially especially on console. If you want to play with your friends, you gotta subscribe to play online multiplayer, and then on PC, whatever.
Do it for free.
Exactly.
Unless, well, you buy the game, and then boom, it's free. And then if they have like a multiplayer feature, it's free.
Yeah, exactly.
You just, yeah. Anyways,
It's just
10:07.
sure.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Peace.
Peace to you too.
I get Jen? Someone cool. Get David.
I'll just let him come in here. I don't entirely mind talking to myself for a little bit.
Hi, GG.
GG. And then there was one. There's one left. Let's just continue about video games. Oh, I really wanted to touch on the new Valorant map Pearl with Tim. Because, I talked to Joel earlier today, and he said it looked a lot. It reminded him of a CS map, even though he rarely has any experience with CS. But you know, I looked at I think IGN's what is it? IGN's kind of walkthrough or something. No, was it a display, a demonstration of the new map Pearl, and the reviewer said it reminded him distinctly of the map Inferno from CS:GO, and I was like, yeah, no, I see it. But then you look at the map layout itself, and the Inferno it's a triangular map, whereas CS:GO is a CS:GO has some pretty distinct maps, but let's see. So let's look at the map Pearl. Valorant map Pearl. Okay. Layout. Looks like a very balanced map to me. This looks like a very balanced map. I think if I remember correctly, I think competitive shooters have something that I like to call the 3-lane mentality, which has a distinct left, middle, and right lane, and it looks like Pearl has that. There's a distinct left lane here moving to that site, a distinct right lane here moving to that site, and then there's an area in the middle for attackers and defenders to move through, which is the 3-lane mentality. This is replicated in a lot of shooter maps. I could even pull up an example of Call of Duty, but Inferno CSGO layout. Okay, this one's a little interesting. Haven't quite been able to put the 3-lane idea on this one, but like I said, it's a triangular map. It looks like. I'm assuming that's the counter-terrorists and that's the terrorists. But yeah, even though the aesthetic is compared to Inferno, the layout is. I think this one is more balanced than Inferno, if I'm being honest. But I have way more Valorant experience than I do CS experience. So, triangular map, lots of blank space in here. I don't know why they don't want to fill this in. But if we're trying to focus on the 3-lane mentality, maybe that's a left lane. Maybe this is a right lane. But from the looks of it, it looks like it's split into 2 paths. Yeah. This one and this one. I can't really pinpoint a middle in here. But I don't know. I have a feeling that CS:GO in general has some erratic maps going for it, like Nuke. Let's check out Nuke. Nuke, I feel, is the closest you'll get to a Rainbow Six Siege map, because there's a bomb site on a completely different floor. That looks to be the B site, and I think this is the I don't know how the competitive scene is in this game, but this might be the only popular competitive map to feature such a bomb site on a completely different floor. But that's something I see in Rainbow Six Siege. But if we're looking at the 3-lane mentality, that just kind of goes out the window because it's more vertical in its appeal rather than horizontal. Yeah, that's a distinct feature that I wanted to touch on. Well, what about other Valorant maps that have the whole 3-lane mentality? Let's try something like Ascent, for example. Does Ascent have the 3-lane mentality? Defender side spawn and attacker side. Yeah, it kind of does. You got the path from attacker side through lobby and main into A. That could be considered one path. You got the middle path here, although it's you have to access it through the so there are 2 exits from attacker spawn to get to mid instead of 3, it looks like. Or hold on, you have to access mid through either the left lane or the right lane. There's no distinct middle lane to access mid. Whereas on the defender side spawn, you can walk through the middle lane and there you are in mid, because there is a middle lane connected to the defender spawn. So this one has the 3-lane mentality. Haven has 3-lane all over it, cause it has 3 sites, and I don't know. This is the only map I know in recent memory to have 3 bomb sites, whether in CS, Rainbow Six Siege, Valorant. It's the only map to have 3 sites, from what I remember. So that's that. We can look at a map like... this one will be taken out of ranked rotation, I think. Split. Split, definitely. Let's see. So you go here, and then... kind of the same... I don't know. That's weird. Kind of the same idea as... what's it called? What was that map I just reviewed? As Ascent. You have... attackers can go either the bottom lane or the top lane, but there's no distinct middle lane. And the defenders kind of have that feature too. They can go top lane or bottom lane, but there's no real distinct middle lane. Because you have to go through, I don't know, B tower, apparently, to go to mid, and A tower to go, and through mid vent to go to mid. So, that's different. But you know that this is just to focus on the 3-lane mentality. What about a Call of Duty map? Call of Duty is kind of it's different in its pacing versus a CS or Valorant, because Call of Duty is I don't think there's any shooter out there that does fast-paced shooter action than Call of Duty. It's so fast, it's so fluid, and it's customizable too. So Call of Duty map layout. I don't want to see Verdansk on here. I don't want to see Verdansk on here. Okay, what map is this? Okay, this map is more of a open area type of thing. Okay. I don't know what map this is, but okay, let's do a map I do know. Das Haus on Vanguard. Layout. This was I remember this from the Small Map Mayhem playlist. This has the 3-lane mentality. You have a left lane here with parallel corridors that have a clear line of sight from one side of the map to the other. You have a middle lane here. Again, you can see from one side of the map to the other. And you have this right lane here. Again, one side of the map to the other. So, the 3-lane mentality is in this game as well. They're the 3-lane layout. I don't want to say mentality anymore, because it's not really a mindset. It's more of a design approach rather than a mindset. But Kill House. Okay, this one's weird because you have a little bit of you have a clear lane on the right, and then one giant lane on the left. I don't even know. What do I know about game design? This is just I'm just saying things at this point. But you see that here. Yeah, you could make an argument that Kill House apparently here has a 3-lane design. But enough of shooters. Let's put that here. Why not? We talked about upgrading stuff. PS5. I'm faithful to the PS5. Super lucky to have one. I don't know many people that have a PS5 to play the PS5. Besides myself and maybe Joel. Joel plays every now and then, but me, it's almost a daily thing for me to play on the PS5. I played XCOM 2 today. I want to say this past... I don't know, it could be argued. Maybe this past month I missed 1 or 2 days of playing the PS5. Out of a kind of fear to... It's just me not wanting to go through the ordeal that is XCOM 2. XCOM 2, without the exploit, I think it's a very challenging game. But even then, it's still pretty difficult to complete the game on Legendary Iron Man difficulty, because you have to manage a few resources. You have to juggle so many resources to get through to the end. I had to restart my campaign a few times because I had poor resource management. One time I let the Avatar project go through all the way to the end. I also tried to complete that playthrough without losing a soldier, and I restarted my campaign a few times because I lost a soldier, and I couldn't use save scum to get out of that situation, so I just had to restart my campaign altogether. But I'm a regular PS5 user. Been using it very regularly since February of this year, when I thought of the Elgato solution. I'm just coining it the Elgato solution because it was a solution to a fear that I had throughout the latter half of 2021 about being worried about copyright on my channel and how to fix that. So from June to December, I wasn't comfortable streaming to YouTube all that much. The only trophy hunt I streamed from start to finish on YouTube was It Takes Two. And, it was a pretty good game. Not even pretty good. It was a very good game. Deserving of the Game of the Year status. But, I think I was a little bit on edge throughout the whole thing, about how I would capture it. And then, I don't know, maybe the music would have been a turning point for my channel. If I had to be struck by the music, that's what it would have been. The most disappointing part about my channel termination is that they didn't tell me why my channel was terminated. It was just erased out of nowhere. I remember trying to access my YouTube channel in Washington, D.C. last year. It was the 30th, right? The 30th of April, 2021. I was in Washington, D.C., checking in the hotel at around 6 p.m., and then I tried to access YouTube on my phone, and for some reason it wouldn't load anything, and my channel icon was just the standard blue with the kind of avatar, the default blue avatar on the top right, where my face should have been. And then as I try to sleep, a few hours later, I come to find out that the reason why my YouTube channel was terminated, or the reason why I wasn't able to access YouTube, was that my YouTube channel was terminated. And then, this was 11 at night, and I just spent maybe the next hour or two trying to think of, what's next for me now that my channel is gone. Just kind of went through the process yeah. I went through usually I would claim to have gone through the 5 stages of grief pretty quickly, but, I don't know. I don't know how I don't know how I moved on from that. I moved on from that because now I can stream video games again with a new solution. But, this Elgato HD 60S Plus was available in May of 2021. And I just kind of feel ashamed to know that I could have been streaming, I could have streamed this whole time, under the protection of Streamlabs and my Elgato, since May of 2021. And I missed out on, let's see. So, Platinum Trophy number 67 was my last broadcasted Platinum Trophy. But that was on Twitch, and I don't like Twitch. At the time, I don't think Twitch allowed unlisted or private streams, and I was an unlisted and private streamer at the time. So, everything I had to put on Twitch was public, and I preferred having a private option. So that was that. After Platinum Trophy number 67, Dishonored, I just kind of quit streaming altogether for a few months. I got my channel back within 3 weeks though, which is shorter than I expected, but still, that was a pretty long 3 weeks. I couldn't tell you what I did in the time between the 30th of April 2021 and the 20th of May 2021. Just that whole time period is a blur for me. It's just me starting and finishing Dishonored. Was it 66? 67? Yeah. Me starting and finishing Dishonored on Twitch. And me starting Kingdom Hearts. Is that right? I think I started Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance at the time, too. So, once I got my channel back, I already earned a Platinum Trophy. Solo pod. I mean, in the moment, yeah, it's a solo podcast. But this was just done out of boredom. Tim was here earlier. He had to sleep. He knows his priorities. Cannot fault him for that. But it's just me trying to come up with stuff. Just a back and forth between myself, rather. I've already told the owners of this server that this is an open podcast. People are allowed to come and go as they pleased. and not limited to you. But anyways, speed. No, what? I'm just here, man. I'm just here to do my thing. I mean, if you're more than welcome to join us, or join me, in this current conversation, and then you can move forward with that idea. But for now, this is in this moment right now until somebody shows up. This is a little bit of me time. I'm not gonna force anybody to join me in this conversation. I'm just gonna let things happen, you know? So yeah, so for the rest of 2021, I was left without a full trophy hunt being uploaded to YouTube. So from May to August, when I got my PS5, it was just no footage anywhere. I didn't even upload a screenshot montage to YouTube because I thought that was lame. I've done videos and streams for the past, 3 years at that point. I'm not gonna upload a screenshot montage of my trophies to YouTube. Although maybe it would be better than nothing. But from May to August, nothing uploaded to YouTube. It's just trophy hunting and gaming to myself. This was number 68 to 75. So Dream Drop Distance, Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance to the PS4 version of Lego Batman 3. So 68 to 75 is... That's a... Wait, so 68 to 75, that's a difference of 8 platinum trophies. So 8 platinum trophies are just... Can't relive them anymore. 75 to 89 was when I uploaded trophy clip compilations to YouTube. And, you know, they were alright. They kind of... The original purpose of broadcasting my trophy hunts is to prove to any doubters that I actually achieved a platinum trophy. I remember, I think, I posted the screenshot to my platinum trophy for Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered. And I posted it back when PlayStation still had the Communities tab on the OS. I uploaded that screenshot of Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered Platinum Trophy to the Trophy Hunters community. And someone... I talked about how hard Mile High Club was, I think. This has been gone for... This was almost 2 years ago, so I can't remember exactly. But someone was actually doubting me when he responded. He was like, oh, you used the veteran trick for Mile High Club, but nevertheless, congratulations. And I was like, okay, let me show you that I did Mile High Club myself. I think at the time I was ready to do whatever I'd been... My life was leading up to this doubter. But I was like, you know what? I'll let it slide. This was done... I just streamed for myself at that point instead of trying to appease a doubter. So, I just let it go. Whatever. It was nothing. It was... He still congratulated me, though. He only doubted my Mile High Club thing. And despite that, he still gave me credit for achieving the Platinum Trophy. But yeah. So August through February was the trophy hunting clip era. That was number 76, Astro's Playroom, to number 89, Final Fantasy 15. So 76 to 89 is 14 platinum trophies that have been uploaded to YouTube in the form of trophy clips. You know, just kind of was right to the point, showed all the trophies that I earned, but you didn't see the hours that went into those trophies. Every time I put a estimated platinum trophy time, it was a rough estimate, because PlayStation could only give you the number of hours that you put into that game, not minutes or seconds. So I was like, oh yeah, estimated time to platinum, about 40 hours. And being a very numbers-oriented person, I wanted those minutes and seconds. But I was like, you know what? These are the cards I've been dealt with. I don't know any other solution to this. So those are the Trophy Clips era. And I don't know. This idea to buy an Elgato was kind of spontaneous. Because I remember I was doing the laundry one Sunday in mid-February. Just kind of looking through the Elgato capture cards. And I was looking through the Elgato capture cards. And on my phone. And then my mother looks over my shoulder. And she's like, oh, you want it? And I was like, yeah. And because I did the laundry that day, it was what? 5 or 6 in the morning. I was just kind of let out the most... the most lifeless yeah to my mother. And I think later that day we eventually bought the graphics card. And here I am 4 months later streaming every trophy hunt I could to YouTube. So that's the history of my trophy hunt thus far. I don't even know where I started with all this, but my 6-year trophy hunting anniversary is coming up next week, next Tuesday. I got my first platinum trophy for Infamous Second Son on the 27th of June, 2016. And that was very shortly after I moved into my new home that I'm living in right now. Come to think of it, I've been living here for 6 years. Not far off from where I lived in my previous home for, what, 7 years maybe? I don't know. Is that right? Yeah. Not far off to where we lived at the time. Yeah, it just 27th of June 2016, I got a platinum trophy for Infamous Second Son. I just looked at the trophy list and I was like, I might have been 80% done with the game. And then I decided to go all the way, because why not? I've never obtained a platinum trophy before. It'd be nice to have something like that in my collection. So I played it all the way to 100%. And I was like, you know what? That looks nice on my profile. Let's see what more I can do with my trophy hunting. So the following day, I got 2 platinum trophies in one day. It was Batman Arkham Knight, or in order, Lego Marvel's Avengers, and then Batman Arkham Knight. I've only ever obtained a platinum trophy twice in one day. Twice. The 28th of June 2016 and the 30th of December 2021. I think I got Genshin Impact and some other game. Let me check. I got Genshin Impact and some other game on that day. I don't know. I forgot which one it was. Oops, not that. Losers Club Superlatives. It's already been publicized, kind of. So the 30th of December 2021, LA Noire. Yeah, I got LA Noire and Genshin Impact on the same day. So those are the only 2 days in my life where I've obtained 2 platinum trophies in one day. It's interesting. But overall, I don't know what to do for my 5-year trophy hunting anniversary next week. No, not 5-year, 6-year trophy hunting anniversary next week. Last year, I did a quick live, well, it was actually a 2-parter. I did a 2-part live stream going over my trophy collection. And I was like, not much has changed since then. I don't want to do that again. But last year, I was on my 69th, right? My 69th platinum trophy at the time. On this upcoming occasion, I'll have 92. So in 1 year, in 1 calendar year, I would have earned, so from 70 to 92, 22 platinum trophies. Still pretty good. Of course, now is different to whatever happened a year ago, because I actually stream again. these days. No longer afraid of the algorithm, and whatever music I've put on the thing, it was just whatever. They gave me a claim, but they didn't strike my channel down, so I had nothing to worry about that whole time. It's just kind of me being a almost a coward in trying to avoid whatever copyright that got me taken out. But all that paranoia could have been avoided had YouTube told me what got my channel taken down. Because from May 2021 to February of 22, I was lost on what took my channel down. I was like, oh yeah, maybe it was Kingdom Hearts. Maybe it was it was me walking around in a circle for 6 hours straight while music played in the background. And you know Disney and all their copyright, they're such a stickler when it comes to copyright. So I figured I attribute it to Kingdom Hearts and the music and whatever. But who knows? They never told me, and they haven't told me, even in this moment. I don't have a clue as to why my channel got taken down in the first place. It might have been past videos, but maybe I should have recognized that it was past videos that got my channel taken down. Because the day that my channel was, I have emails. The day that my channel was reinstated, I had an entire inbox flooded with copyright claims on the day. And I was like, maybe I don't know. Maybe I didn't find enough sense to attribute it to that for some reason, but I didn't know if it was current videos or past videos. YouTube didn't tell me, which is also why I'm in favor of a free, unrestricted platform that just kind of totally avoids copyright. Just want to switch to that platform instead, and not worry about anything pertaining to copyright. Which is a shame, because I enjoyed streaming to YouTube, and that kind of took the life out of streaming to YouTube, because they wouldn't tell me. So thank you, YouTube, for not telling me where I went wrong and leaving it to me to figure it out. It's a great way to approach your patrons. Just looking through my Discord servers right now, it's pretty lifeless. I don't see, not a lot of activity going on. If I were to do something right now, I'd probably play XCOM 2 or something. It's a Wednesday night. What is there to do on Wednesday night besides watch AEW Dynamite? I don't get to talk about professional wrestling at all, or if ever, in this podcast, because I'm besides myself and my friend Justin, we're the only ones that are really in touch with the professional wrestling world. He's more of a WWE guy. I'm into WWE, AEW. Also been looking into New Japan Pro Wrestling as of late, because of the whole Forbidden Door type thing between AEW and New Japan Pro Wrestling. I'll say AEW and New Japan for abbreviation purposes, but I'm interested in professional wrestling. I can't tell you a time. I can't tell you when I started liking professional wrestling. All I know is this is not a pandemic thing at all. I started paying attention to star ratings during the pandemic, but actually being a fan of professional wrestling, I've been a fan of it way before the pandemic. As early as I can remember, in my 6th grade, computer skills class, I think, in my 6th grade computer skills class, which was in 2014-15, I did a little bit of a project, a computer skills project on Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, and I linked the WWE website to my project. That's the earliest memory I have of paying attention to the WWE. And then shortly after that, I remember talking to my friends Genesis and Christian about how WrestleMania 33 occurred on Genesis's birthday. And I paid attention to that a little bit. So that was what? I think that was 2017, 5 years ago. I have pictures. I have a ton of pictures in my camera roll about WWE and whatever. So I've been a long time fan of professional wrestling. And I admit I didn't pay that much attention to AEW until the pandemic hit. That's because in its inception in 2019, AEW was just, it felt kind of disjointed. Um, it was just this new pop-up promotion that happened to have guys like Chris Jericho and Kenny Omega as part of its roster. But the only information I could get from AEW is through the YouTube channel, and that YouTube channel wasn't that organized. At least WWE down the line had a little bit of organization. They have a format to their titles, and AEW didn't really have that. It was like, oh yeah, it was in all capital letters, and then they put in whatever information they felt was appropriate. It wasn't consistent, so I was kind of detracted from the AEW clips in the beginning. We did an hour. Maybe an hour is enough time for me to, ramble. But I don't know. Let's see how long I can go without burning myself out. I had 5 takeaways from Drake's new album, Honestly Nevermind, in store. Haven't seen this article yet. I just saw it and decided to add it to the spreadsheet. So the Pitchfork says 5 takeaways from Drake's new album, Honestly Nevermind. The superstar's surprise release combines his signature lovelorn bravado with beats built for the dance floor. Rah! Yeah, that's about right. We only had a few hours' notice before Drake released Honestly Nevermind, his 7th studio album, into the world, as he did with 2021's Certified Lover Boy. He presaged its release by sharing a majestically incoherent note on Apple Music, spilling over with guffaw-worthy Drake-isms. And I just got a direct message. You know what? Just got a request to just chill, for the rest of the night. That whole hour, there's been not that much activity in the Discord servers that I'm in. So, I'll just end it here, really. I had a decent time just talking and saying things. To anybody that watched, contact me on Discord, Dr. Tulung number 5630. Whoa, that's not me. Where's me? Profile, please. Okay, it's not going to show it on this screen, but Discord, Dr. Tulung number 5630 for any inquiries. That's the only platform I trust for messages. Nowhere else. Not even my phone. But that's a wrap here. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.